everybody, and welcome Paranormal Nation Radio Not So Normal. Your new time slot is 6 p.m. Central Time. So, how's Denise and Ron and little Nolan doing?
Nolan is
rotten,
tired. He's ready for a nap, and he can't take one, so we have to keep him awake now, at least until 7:30. And Ron and Denise are a little bit tired too.
Oh, yeah.
But good.
Yep.
So,
unexpected guest tonight.
Hey. Little ones are always welcome. You know that. They're just like the animals we get on shows. They just pop
most
in.
Little ones.
Yeah. So, well, we better get our guest on. So, Denise, I'll let you introduce him.
well, our guest tonight, a lot of you may already know him, is Brandon Cooper. He's shaman and apparently gnome, because we just saw that with his Funko Pop. And not only is he a shaman, he's a paranormal investigator, a podcaster, a father, a friend, husband.
And best beard contest winner.
So,
If not, he should have been.
Right.
I just had one escape.
That's all right.
okay.
So we're going to welcome Brandon up to the show. Hey,
Hello.
Brandon.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh,
So how are you since the last time we saw you?
since I saw you, like yesterday? No.
That's what it seems like anyway. So
Well,
I'm
I'm
gonna let
better.
you guys talk for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a little grandparenting going on in the background.
Yes,
so
we
will
do.
continue.
Yeah, that's all
And
right.
hey, it happens with the kids.
Right.
well, that didn't even last a minute.
Well,
No, it never does.
it's okay.
It never does. That's all right. But yeah. So, Brandon, tell everybody about your podcast.
I have a secret one coming up. And if you can find it, I have clues all over my Facebook. If you can find it, there's 6 episodes. And it's audio only, so it'll be wherever you can find podcasts. But right now there's 6 episodes. Other than that, I'm really not podcasting right now. I had to take a break last year. Last year was a pretty shitty year for me as far as emotionally draining time. Some of you may or may not know I had to bury 7 people in 6 months. And then I did search and rescue during Hurricane Helene after I secured our house, went on up to North Carolina. So it was one big, as we said in military, Charlie Foxtrot at the end of the year.
Yep.
But you know what? Everything comes in seasons, and whenever some shit comes, some gold comes with it.
Yep.
Write that down.
So, have you been back to the Carolina? Have you been back down there to the site where all that damage was at since then?
Oh, I mean, yeah. The larger parks like Asheville is open for business. So I want to stress this as much as possible. Asheville is open for tourists. Black Mountain is back open for tourism, and they badly need it. Now there's places like Swananoa that do not exist anymore. There's an entire town gone because I drove through it the other day to try to get to Black Mountain. So, and there's, they still need help. This going to be whatever the news said, triple it as far as deaths and what really happened. I was up there right in the thick of it, and I didn't see FEMA anywhere. But
I know what you mean.
Because they weren't.
No,
they weren't. Now there was I think we lost Carl.
No, you got me.
Okay, good. I thought FEMA took you out or something.
No.
Okay, good.
That never happened.
Oh.
Hi, Chris.
So there's this rumor. I don't know if it got national news coverage. that there was a female employee that got their ass beat by a good old country hillbilly because they were being disrespectful. Well, let me polish that story because it's true. It wasn't a good old country boy. It was a good old mountain girl that beat the hell out of this dude. And I was sitting, I had no idea, but I was up there with a buddy and I was sitting right next to her husband when she called him and said, "Hey, guess what I just did?" That's how horrible FEMA was up there. They were like, oh. So,
well, I know it was terrible. I've got a
Yeah.
bunch of YouTube friends that tried hauling stuff into there, and they were stopped at the border.
you couldn't. You had to go through people like us that are locals that know the ways around the routes
Right.
that FEMA was
Right.
setting up because we had to, you know, do what we had to do.
Right.
But
Yeah, that's
and they
total
messed
mess.
up. This is my backyard, not theirs.
Right.
So yeah. But I mean, other than that, please visit Western North Carolina. Weather's about to be great for tubing or whatever. So if you're in the area, please go and spend your hard-earned money at some mom and pop places up in North Carolina. They need it.
Yeah, they need it bad.
Well,
Hello, Tom.
So, Tom and Crystal's in the chat room.
hello, everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't had a show in so long. Nigel probably thought we didn't have one.
yeah, yeah. Denise and Ron's taking a hiatus and here for a couple of weeks on Paranormal Pride.
At
So,
least next week.
yeah. And Crystal
that's a
said
nice
she
part of the
loves
country.
Bat Cave.
Well, actually, okay. So where I was during the whole rescue thing, I was actually up near Batcave, up on top of a mountain. I had a buddy that I served with in the Marine Corps that lived up there. Well, we stayed at his place with no power, no water. I mean, we were just as stuck as everybody else was, but you know, at least we had working chainsaws and stuff. So, but I mean, yeah, Batcave is a beautiful area, and it's coming back. It's coming back. So, and I mean, if you go to Batcave, then you've got to go to Lake Lure, and you know, for all of those from '80s and before. I mean, that's where Dirty Dancing was filmed. So, like, that's like a lot of people like to go there because that's the hotel where Dirty Dancing was filmed. They're open. They're taking reservations. So they're fighting back. Fighting back.
That's
Yeah,
great.
the orchards are coming back too.
Hello, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
Hello there.
Right. So, yeah. So, I know you took off last year and everything. Have you been doing any of the paranormal investigations or events or anything here lately, or got some planned?
I haven't done anything. I haven't investigated. I haven't done anything. Other than go sit at my best friend's house and we talk ghost
Right.
hunting and well, hey, maybe we should solder this here and make it, that. But that's about it.
Mhm.
I think I'll be at Gettysburg Bash this year, talking on a panel talking about veterans' mental health. Don't quote me on that. But I think that's what Pam and I had talked about. So
Good.
we'll see what happens there. But no, I'm kind of cutting back. I'm not a spring chicken. My health is not what it once was when I was a young man. So kind of cutting it back a little bit. But
Right.
I'll be around.
Oh, yeah. You always be around.
I'll be doing some events with Paranormal Task Force out of the Midwest. I'll be at Pythian Castle November 8th. And I'll be doing some Midwest events. And I may show up. I don't know. I have had threats of being kidnapped by Letriana Brown and her husband and dragging me to all of the Paracons that they have to go to. So,
Well, that wouldn't be too bad.
I mean, it's not. We went to the Deep South Paracomic-Con 2 years ago, and I rode with Litriana and her husband Matt and her mom, who's one of the people that passed away. We rode all the way down to Alabama together.
Ozark.
Ozark, Alabama.
Down to Ozark, and it was. I mean, we had a blast. So I think I'll look forward to the road tripping more because I'm just tired of driving by myself. Tired of always being by myself. The Paracon circuit's a lonely circuit when your wife's got to work. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we went to Ozark, the one in Ozark last year, and we'll probably go again because we had a good time.
Yep.
I think
they moved. Yeah, it's August now.
Yeah, they moved it. Yeah, and I can't remember. If it's August, God Almighty.
Yeah, it's like
2 years ago when they had it, I thought I was going to die, and I'm from South Carolina. But it was good though. It's a really good event. What is Web Paranormal or Web Paranormal Group? That's Fikes, Dan and Teresa Fikes. They put that on every year, so they do a pretty good job. The year that I went was pretty fun. So, I mean, if you're down that way, I met a bunch of awesome people. Really, really cool people. That was where I first met the ghost hunting housewives.
Yep.
And oh my God, I love those ladies to death.
Yeah, I met them down at Paragold at the convention down there.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, with Santiago and all of them that we did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they were down there.
I'd like to do another one with Santi. I got a funny story about me and Santi, but I can't tell it while we're recording. So I'll tell it off the air. But
you know he's moved his convention up to September now, not in July.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's September the 19th, 20th, and 21st.
This is how out of touch I have been with the paranormal. I don't know dates. I don't know things that are happening. I know about Paranormal Rockdown because I think that's just the coolest damn name, and that's the only reason I remember it. Other than that, I haven't kept up with anything, but it seems like Paranormal, I don't know, maybe has picked up because I'm hearing about more cons this year than I did and when I did the circuit, and so it looks like it's picking up.
Well, at least you didn't hear about the one they had in Kansas City here a little while ago, the Missouri Paracon.
Oh, I heard about it.
I knew that'd be a failure.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was outrageous. A ticket to get into it was over $100.
Yep.
Vendor tables were $1,000.
Yeah, you can have that table.
Yeah, and they didn't have enough people in there to even cover. If every person walked in bought $10 worth of stuff from your table, you couldn't cover it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and I'll tell you, and see, the podcast that I've been doing since I've come back, I've been hitting on the same thing over and over, and that's these television personalities that think they are bigger than they really are. They're charging $5,000 speaking fees plus room, plus rental car, plus travel.
Yeah, they don't know any more than anyone else.
No, they just got a name because they were on TV.
Which is fine. You need a draw.
Yeah.
For your Paracon.
You do. That's fine.
But one draw should not kill a Paracon.
No.
The most that I've ever charged when I went, I was like, give me somewhere to stay. I was like, I don't even care if it's on somebody's couch. If it's cheaper, put me on somebody's couch and then give me some money so I can eat.
Right.
Other than that, I'm on my way. Because this is not how I make my money. I don't charge for things that I do. But there are lots of other people, vendors, and that are out there that rely on the circuit and the season to make their money.
Right.
because most of them do not have a brick and mortar store. Maybe they have an online presence or whatever,
Yeah.
but this is where they make their money. And if you're going to charge $1,000 to mom and pop Wiccan shop, they're not going. They're not going to make that kind of money back.
No,
And
they won't.
nobody is going to give a vendor a guarantee. So why should a vendor go?
Right.
And then see, all of us know that the people who put on the conventions got to pay all this stuff for their big names to come in. Then you go up to their table. Oh, can I get your autograph? Yeah, $75.
Yep.
$100, $150.
For what?
And I mean, I'm like, you got paid to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a vendor over here. I didn't get paid. I had to pay to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I've seen that at a lot of them.
Well, and there's always like, when I go to a con just to go, when I'm not talent or speaking or whatever you want to call it, I always make sure to find whoever's doing the event and say, hey, by the way, I'm here because I'm having fun. But if you need anything, you let me know. Like security, if you need me to speak, somebody, whatever, like I'm around. And how often would some of the TV people be like, hey, I'm here. You need me to sweep or trash overflowing? Or
Yeah, I've done all that down there in Paragould. I did that last year, besides being a vendor. And I'll tell you what, the others, the big celebrities, no, you're not going to catch them doing that.
I don't know. John Zappis is like in his own category. He came and sat with us at our booth for like half a day and just chit chatted. So I'm like, and of course I'm giddy as a schoolgirl because this is the godfather of the paranormal, sitting here talking to me. And he's like, hey, are you doing a podcast? I'm like, yeah, am I bothering you? He's like, no, I'll come on. I'm like, okay.
Well, yeah, come on.
But that's few and far between. That's why I say
Yes,
he's a creature of his own. He does his thing. If you've never met John Zappis, I love the guy. Great dude.
Mm-hmm.
But there are people on the flip that are nowhere near as famous, as reputable, and as credible as John Zappis. But they're charging how much? Like, way more than John Zappis is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're claiming all that legit money with the IRS, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, But see, that's what makes it hard for people. That's why I'm never going to do a Paracon again.
No.
And I mean, I had assistants, like the talent
Trouble.
were friends, and they did not charge nearly what they normally would because it was a favor. And I'm still paying. I still got $1,500 left to pay off on that Paracon, and that was years ago. Oh, so I mean, people think we can just throw it up here in the South. No, you can't, because you got to have sponsors.
That was a great location. I'll give you that. That is a pretty cool place to be at.
I figured if I'm going to do something, I might as well do it big. And of course, the circumstances behind the Paracon where we got the false medical information that I may or may not have lung issues. But I'm like, if I'm going to do a Paracon and I'm going to die shortly after, what do I want to do? And I think that's why it was such a fun Paracon, because I made a Paracon that I want to go to. Mm-hmm. Even though I didn't get to go to it because I was there, but I was in charge and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's hard nowadays to put one on, especially when you set the date up. You kind of got to look around what's going on in your area for 2 weeks before.
Yep.
Because that's the problem we had down in Paragould this last time.
So you guys had to move yours too to September, didn't you? From July.
Well, we moved it because in July in Paragould, they have too many concerts and everything going on. This last time, the week and the week before that, they had Kid Rock and Jason Aldean down there. So everybody in that town spent their money.
They're tapped out. Yeah.
You know, we didn't have near the people coming through the door that we usually had the first one.
Right.
So they decided to hook it up and do it in September because there's not that many concerts and everything going down in that area. So maybe they can get more of the people in.
I
It's
mean,
just
maybe.
one of those things you got to play the game.
Yeah. But also, I mean, you got to look at advertising too. And that's a killer.
Last year,
Yeah, they advertised.
they were on the radio 5 to 6 times a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they had it in newspapers, radio stations, even on television down there in Jonesboro.
Yeah.
They were talking about the Scared City Productions presents the Hi-Ya Nation Paranormal Horror Show. Right?
Yeah.
And everything like that. But it didn't do nothing like it did the first year. And the first year, it was kind of new to everybody.
Well,
so that's why they showed up.
Yeah. I mean, well, that and the economy where it was, and just effing price of eggs, man. I can't afford to go to a concert. I mean, okay, yes, I did because I did go to a concert with my daughter the other night. I must confess,
Right.
But she paid. So,
Oh, Kelly from
Hi,
Australia.
Kelly. Great.
But yeah, it's
these
just
Paracons. I mean, they're something else anymore because I understand they got to charge to get in the door to make some of their money back, but not a fortune like some of them do.
Right.
Nope.
You know, you charge $10 a person, that's fine.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with that. But when you're charging $25 up to $150 a person to come into it, that you can't make no money. The vendors can't.
No, because the person coming in, they've already felt like they spent half their money just getting in the door.
Right.
That's even like fun. I had to charge 20. Try to keep my cost. Like I didn't even break even. I lost money at like $20, and that was a couple 2 years ago when it was money wasn't that tight.
Right.
Oh, but I mean, you can't nowadays. 25 bucks is that's that could hurt some people.
Yep.
And paranormal enthusiasts, I mean, we are not the 1% of the world. We're not your wealthy, not all of us are your wealthy people, man. We're blue collar workers. We want to come to a Paracon. We want to experience it. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll pay for a class or whatever. But I want to buy stuff. I want to get Reiki treatment. I want the reading. I want to buy this guy's book, whatever. Well, I mean, if you've spent the money at the damn door, then you can't. And I can't emphasize enough. When you buy for a vendor, they make their money, and if you give them cash, they keep 100% of that money.
That's right.
So,
right.
I mean, it's a weird balancing act, But now $100 and something per person, I can tell you where you can shove $100.
Yeah, as long as the promoter goes, oh yeah, we can guarantee 3,000 to 5,000 people to come through this event. No, you can't.
No,
you can't. You can't do that. There's no way.
At my event, I had zero idea of how many day of sales I was going to have. I had my pre-sales, which were and I just lucked out to where it picked up traction and it hit. Oh, now I couldn't do that again because this was like the first Paracon I believe ever held in the upstate of South Carolina. So there goes that.
You did have a pretty good crowd, didn't you?
Man, every time I would ask somebody for a count, there was a couple hundred always walking around. So
that's good.
I don't know. Lucked out, but I mean, not all paracons get it can do that,
No.
you know.
And you look at these vendors, the vendors just don't drive a mile to go to the convention. Some of them drive several hundred to several thousand miles. And like when I go to Paragold, that's a 400 and some mile drive, 8 hours down there. And everything.
I was doing 2,000-mile round trips.
Yeah.
Easy.
Oh yeah.
Coming from South Carolina to Kansas City to South Dakota and where like easy. That was a horrible trip, and I never want to do it again.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That was a 24-hour trip. But we had fun with it.
Not a fun drive either.
No. But there was 4 of us in the car, broke it up to 4 hours apiece from Kansas City to Deadwood, South Dakota. So that wasn't terrible, but
right. You know, as fuel prices go down, there'll be a lot of people driving, but
10 hours.
That's a long drive.
Well, just 10-hour drive. I'd say just. Of course, that's another thing. When you're in this paranormal biz, 9 hours? Yeah, hell yeah. I'll go to 9 hours for some dilapidated building that hasn't been nobody in 100 years.
Hell yeah.
You know? So
hell, we're going to Ireland in September.
Right? I mean,
that ain't cheap.
No. Oh, are you gonna meet up with oh crud.
Going through
Emerald Isle Paranormal?
No, secret Ireland tours through Mayhern.
Okay, well, when you get before you get over there,
we're going with Rick McCallum is like the lead guy.
Oh, okay.
Hollywood Ghost Hunters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. I've been wanting to get over there. Emerald Isle Paranormal. And I cannot think of her name because I call her my little potato because she's Irish. And so she's potato. So now I can't think of her name, but she talks like, anyway.
Oh, I know.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like real short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question. Does your country buy fuel from other countries? Well, probably not anymore since we changed El Presidentes.
Right.
No, I haven't been to Australia, but that is one country I want to go to.
Yeah, that's true.
I want to go there. It's one of the few on my list.
Yeah.
Not a big list. Japan is another. Sweden.
Yeah, those places would be nice, but
we got a lot of family from Sweden. So
airfare and the way airplanes are dropping out of the sky right now, I don't feel like flying anywhere.
What happened now?
He lost his hearing.
Uh-oh.
Yep. He did that earlier when we was talking.
So airplanes are falling out of the sky. When was this?
Well, you just had the one in Wisconsin that the airplane crashed into the house a mile away from the runway. You know, we've had a plane crash just about every week for the last 6 weeks. And Brandon just keeps losing his hearing.
Gonna check his connection.
Right. So.
Oh, yeah. I see. Is he muted? Hang on.
No, he's got his mic turned off right now until he can hear us. Can you hear us, Brandon?
So you're.
Yeah. Go back out and come back in.
Yeah, he muted himself somehow.
Right, he did. He'll be back in, folks, here in a little bit. So, but yeah, everything's doing good. And up here, we're just getting ready for the storms that's coming through and stuff. Other than that, how's your weather been down in Florida, Ron?
Oh, beautiful. Like 85 today.
Wow. Now we did have that 3 days ago. We was in the high 70s here, but now we're sitting at 54 degrees and the wind's blowing pretty good out there, and storms are going to roll in tonight and tomorrow. So it's quite the deal.
But, yeah, we got a lot of rain. I think it was Sunday, and we should have a lot of high humidity, but it's not been that bad.
Right.
I mean, for Florida.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if he got everything hooked up now.
There's Denise.
There he is.
Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. I got to get a new headset. It's my.
Somebody was asking about Denise. New headset.
Yeah.
Well,
Denise is doing the grandma thing.
Ah, yeah. Her little Nolan.
Is that what we're doing?
Somebody's trying to fall asleep, so now it's time to go outside and wreak havoc in the backyard.
Oh, there you go.
Fair enough.
Walking around the garden.
Don't let him play in an anthill.
Oh, believe me,
He'll find him.
Yeah, he will.
Hey, Crystal.
The devil. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah.
He is. He's what? 4 now?
Yep.
Yep. Just turned 4 not too long ago.
Yep, January.
Right. Yeah, Tom, you got it coming your way too. Yeah.
Shoot, even our weather here on the East Coast is wild. We're on fire. Like, we're burning. Like, my county's on fire.
Rain helped a little, didn't it?
I mean, yeah, well, it helps. Definitely helped the fish hook fire. That's 100% contained now. But there's also 8 other fires. Like, we've got some 60% contained, some 30%. So it's
right.
But right now, the Table Rock fire is the biggest one in South Carolina history. But where it's located, not many homes are in the way. So basically, it sucks. It's not going to be pretty, but this needs to happen because of all the underbrush that came from Helene. It was going to be a tinderbox anyway. I'd much rather get it done in the rainy season, plus get that burnt out so all that can regrow up.
Right.
So,
you're exactly right.
Still, we've got mandatory evacuations.
Last time we were up here, we visited with you. Yeah.
Yep.
We just went out there the day before, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, you did. That's one thing they're not covering on any of the news channels is the fires out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nobody's covering it.
That's all we hear. Obviously, that's all we hear about. But
yeah, well, that your local station's down there, but on YouTube, nobody's covering it like they did others.
Well, it's not because
well,
we're remote.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. We don't have there's not a bunch of homes and people in the way. It's like it's literally thick woods.
Now there's nobody living up in those mountains over there, is there? That you know of?
I mean,
not really. I mean, there might be.
not that just got an address with the postal service.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just put it like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, so
it's
remote. It's not really that. I mean, it's a big deal. It sucks. As far as I know. Now, the news could be on right now saying that, there's a white horse and there's a rider on it and he's running around right now and his name is hell came with him or something. I don't know. But from what I know, nobody's hurt. Nobody's in the path down here. North Carolina, I know there's some people that have lost their homes and GoFundMe's have been set up for that. But we're the Apple. We're good old hillbillies from the Appalachians. You're not gonna knock us down.
No.
So
you're right, Kelly. You can't believe anything on the news channels anymore.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. I'll watch it. Check on the fire, and then to see what the weather is. And then when they switch to like national, I turn it off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You have to anymore.
It's not worth it.
No.
That's
No,
what they want. I mean, nobody understands this. That's what they want. They want us at each other's throats. I mean, it's so damn obvious that, and it's simple. It's so smart. It's the greatest psyop ever.
Right.
Magicians have been doing it for, let's see, the very first record of a magic trick was in Egypt, and that was the cup and balls. So they've been playing the sleight of hand since Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Dig into that what you want, but I gave you a couple hints if you guys want to go down a rabbit hole.
Hi, William. But yeah, I mean, there's so much, and the government hides so much from us still to this day, and it's ridiculous. You look at, okay, what'd you think of all the drones that were flying over New Jersey? What was your opinion on that?
I can give you my opinion. I can't tell you what I know, but I can give you my opinion.
Well, I know exactly what happened, but yeah, after
that
the
was
show, we'll talk.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that was they look, Democrat, Republican, however you vote, I don't care. But watch what Trump said when he was asked about the drones before he got elected.
Yep.
He said, yeah, they know about it. They're not worried about it.
Right.
You know what that means? That was government testing out their equipment. The green lasers were measurement lasers. Now, if we want to go down the freaking rabbit hole, if we go back to Hawaii, what color was that laser? Green. We go to San Diego, where they were like mapping out cross sections. What color was that laser? Green. I don't know, but
right.
Right. Rabbit holes, they're fun.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of the people they were interviewing that lived in New Jersey were all, most of this was going on. They said, we ought to just shoot them out of the sky. They said, well, you can't do that. The news people would say, well, you can't do that. That's illegal. Well, if they can't, our government had no idea whose drones these were, and sure as hell can't find you shooting them down.
Right.
I heard that they shot one down. I heard they got one on the ground, but I don't know.
You heard the guy down in Florida that shot the drone down.
I knew it was somewhere.
He was at his house. He walked out his front door and looked up, and there's this drone flying over their house. He goes back inside and gets his AR and goes blink. Right? It falls to the ground. Yep. The only problem was it was Walmart's drone that was delivering a package.
Oh, so Target practiced with prices?
Yeah. So he got arrested for it and had to pay Walmart $25,000 to replace the drone.
Mm-hmm. If it's hovering over my house, I'll shoot it.
Yeah.
If it's crossing my land and there is movement, well, no, if there's movement and it's crossing and I can see it ain't stopping or nothing, I'll watch it. But if you're hovering over my land for more than a minute, sorry. But if you're trucking and you're doing a straight line, I'm gonna keep an eye on you, but I'm not gonna shoot you because you're doing something. Drones, I get, are very important. They help search and rescue, fire departments.
Oh yeah.
All that. I get it.
Shooting down prices.
Yeah, shooting down prices.
Shooting down prices at Walmart.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
25 grand. Wow, that's some pretty nice drones.
Yep.
I don't know that I want a drone delivering my stuff.
I don't want a drone delivering a package to my house.
I don't need it that bad. I really. Okay, once. I'd like to see it once because it'd probably be cool, right? But after that, I don't need my product like that bad.
Well, it's bad enough when you order something and it says, "Here's your shipping number," right? Yeah. And you check it, and it's either on FedEx or UPS, right?
Yep.
But the mailman delivers your package.
Yep. I know. My wife and I were talking about that today.
I live 3 blocks from the post office up here. UPS or FedEx is going to drop it at that post office. Drive down 3 blocks and drop it at my house. That's what it's supposed to do. But no. And then if it's a big package, you get this letter from the mailbox. Oh, you got to come up and pick this up. No, it's supposed to be delivered in my front door.
I get that a lot with the whole large package thing. It's a lot of lift. I understand.
Oh, I've had large things delivered here for a food bus and everything. At least FedEx, he's good about it. And I know him very well. He delivers a lot right here.
He probably does know you real well now.
Yeah, he does. And when I see him pull up, I go out and I help him unload the truck. He goes, nobody else does that. I said, well, you're here all the time. I appreciate what you're doing. And he goes, well, I appreciate what you're doing and everything. So
did he tell you, hey, do you ever order anything under 300 pounds?
Well, everything so far I've ordered has been under 300 pounds.
Oh, okay.
But some of the stuff we had to go pick up was over 300 pounds. So, but yeah, it's moving along real good. If the weather would straighten up so I can get out there and sand it down and paint it, would be nice.
But I don't know what's going on with this weather. Crazy.
It is. It is crazy, crazy, crazy. But the weather we're getting right now, we're used to it in the Midwest, getting this time of year. April and May is tornado season up here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, our season, what is our season? Our season is everything turns yellow season right now. Oh, my car's cut, my car's yellow.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
Ours, the trees are starting to bud out and everything. We're starting to see a lot. And it's a real nice time of the year. If it would just make its mind up if it's going to be warm or cold.
Oh, I know. I hate that.
Not warm and then cold, 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 warm, then cold, cold, cold.
Down here, you get used to one thing. Well, we can have all 4 seasons in one day, though, too.
Oh, we do, too.
Yeah, so that's just,
85 and sunny today.
Right?
There's a beach day today.
What is it today here? It's 70.
I've had it 80 degrees during the day, and then by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's below 30 degrees and snowing.
Yeah, we've seen a 50-degree, 60-degree change in one day up there.
Yeah.
I don't think we've
that ain't nothing,
much.
We're used to that. Well, we should be used to it. I'm kind of wishing I wasn't used to it and moved to a warmer climate.
Well, take that food bus on down to the Keys.
Food bus will travel, believe me.
Right. It's got wheels on it. It's got a motor.
That's right.
That's right.
And I can sleep inside of it too, in the seating area if I have to.
Oh, yeah.
Slept in worse.
Yeah. But
so when's it going to be ready?
It should be ready by the end of the month. If the weather straightens out.
Going while the weather's getting better.
Or I'll take it out to my buddy's farm and pull it in his big shed and plastic everything off and then paint it. One or the other.
Why don't you just do that
right now
to start with?
I've got the wiring in there. I just about got all it done. The on-demand hot water heater and the water pump will be in Friday so I can do the water system.
I noticed you didn't ask me to paint it for you.
Oh, you could come paint it.
Really?
Yeah. I know how fast you get painting.
Yeah.
Especially with a grandkid.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. But no, it's coming along real good. We took it up last week and had it inspected and everything to get it licensed. And it passed with flying colors. The guy came out and asked me, he said, how much did you give for this? And I told him. He said, you got a steal.
Yeah.
Because he looked underneath and I said, before you say anything, did you see that brand new transmission under there? And he goes, yes, I did. That's a $4,000 Allison 4-speed transmission sitting underneath that bus.
Did you tell Brandon that it's haunted?
I know what he paid for it.
Oh,
I did.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And get this, it's a haunted food bus, too.
Yep.
The owner of it, before we bought it from a lot down in southern Missouri. They had just bought it 2 days earlier at an auction.
Right.
The guy that owned it committed suicide in it.
Even better. I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's a haunted bus.
That's horrible.
It's
like,
horrible.
I am a huge proponent of mental health.
Yeah.
However, there's that horror movie side of me. And I apologize to those that might have found that remark insensitive. However, I mean, come on.
Well, they didn't know it till later.
Right.
We didn't know it until I got home with it and was going through the paperwork and that we'd all signed and everything. And I looked down and he went death. So I looked him up on the internet and it was suicide. And I went, oh, crap.
Well, that's probably why you got the price that you got.
Yeah. And not making fun of it or nothing, folks out there. But you want to know what he used this bus for?
I'm curious.
West Point Community Church. Jesus Saves. It was all over the bus in lettering.
What?
That makes it even worse. But yeah, wow. It's sad.
All the way around. But you know, that's a cool ass food truck. Sorry for the fella, but you made your choice.
Yeah.
Right now we're talking paranormal stuff.
Right.
So that requires death. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but that's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be a real nice bus. Like I said, it's good. It's got the cooking area in it. And I have arranged it to where it will seat 14 people in there to sit down and eat on cold or hot days because it's got AC and heat special in it right now we put in it. So it's not going to be your normal food truck that starts in late April and quits in first part of October.
Right.
We run year round with it because it's heated inside. So, yeah, it's going to be quite the deal when we get it going.
You're going to be over in St. Joe most of the time, right?
No, not really.
Okay.
All our events are, well, we have 2 events that are over 60 miles away from us. One is, one's in September and one's in August. The one in August, we go to Iowa. We've been invited up there for a food truck festival.
I thought you were going to be doing it Monday through Friday or something, going to like places.
No, we'll do it 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And stuff. And then the second one that I got to go to is down at Potosi, Missouri, where they're filming a movie and our truck is going to be the food truck for the movie being set up there. Those are the 2 farthest ones, but around our area within 60 miles of us, we have over 15 events already lined up to go to.
Yeah, I worked at that steel plant. We had a truck showed up around lunchtime every day.
Uh-huh.
And they did real well.
Right. Well, that's like the guys that delivered me some of my material from Lowe's. Right, I had them deliver it, and they seen what I was doing. They said, "What are you doing with that?" I said, "Building a food truck." Told them what we was going to be doing in it. First thing out of their mouth was, "We're going back and talk to our manager, and you need to talk to our manager about coming over and setting up in our lot."
Yep, that's what you got to do.
And I said, "That's no problem." Because not only do you have the employees in there, you got all the contractors and people coming in buying stuff.
Yep.
So, yeah, they can stop by and get a sandwich.
Right.
I mean, it'll actually probably outdo when we had our restaurant. It'll probably outdo it.
Well, the difference is you can go where the crowd is. The crowd doesn't have to come to you.
Exactly. Well, the steel plant I worked at, you didn't get a lunch break. I mean, it's 24/7. You're constantly, you kind of ate while you're work. That's how you. But that truck would show up at 11 o'clock. Everybody in the plant knew that truck was coming at 11 o'clock.
Right.
When it showed up, if somebody couldn't get out there, they just give the money to say, hey, give me a hamburger and some fries or whatever.
Right. Yep.
And they bring the food back. Somebody was free to go get it and then bring it back in. But yeah, I mean, there's 50, 60 people at least on day shift, plus contractors and whoever else was there. That thing was full.
Oh, I know. I'm trying to get hooked up with Case over there in Cameron. And you know where that's at, Ron? Right across from Walmart.
Yeah.
And they had that big place there employs a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of different things. And once they see our bus and what we got in it and the word gets out.
Yeah, just talk to the bigger places of employment and let them know what you want to do. And they'll like give you a little trial run. And they'll ask everybody after, what'd you think of that?
Right.
You want them back?
Yep. Well,
that's how ours got started. And
we got so many little towns around here that don't have a restaurant in their town and stuff.
Go to a high school football game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Pull up in one of those little towns Monday through Friday. Yeah, you can make $200, $300, $400, $500. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
They would load up. When we lived in Lewisburg, that's about a little over 5,000, right? The Chick-fil-A out of Lawrence, I don't know how many chicken sandwiches. It's pretty much just chicken sandwiches and their fries. That's about all they brought down. It wasn't their full menu or nothing.
Right.
But I talked to the lady there, and she said they sell out.
Yeah.
Every time.
They do that in Cameron at Sutherland.
And they bring even more the next time, and they do it once a week. They come out, I think it was a Tuesday.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A shows up in Cameron usually on a Friday and sets up in Sutherland's parking lot. And there is a line a mile away. And right across the street, you got Sonic.
Yep.
You got El Magway.
McDonald's.
McDonald's just right down the road. But Chick-fil-A, because there's not one in Cameron. So they all go down there for that chicken sandwich. So, yeah. It's hitting the right spot and doing the right menu. That's why I'm keeping the menu kind of light right off.
Yeah, you keep it light.
And
you don't want too much.
No, the tenderloins, the smash burgers, chicken strips, because kids like those with fries, all that stuff and everything.
And you can make pretty fast too.
Right. And then
usually,
as it gets
those
going,
kind of deals, they're in a hurry to eat, to get
exactly.
Something to eat. They can't get out.
You want them in and out.
Go eat somewhere.
Right. You want it in and out in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, they literally don't have the time to do it. Like I said, we didn't get a lunch break. You had to just eat on the run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't say, okay, we're not gonna pour these wheels here. Time out, put the furnace back, let it cool down. So we go eat lunch. Nope, that didn't happen. It just kept going.
Right. So we got about 6 minutes left on the show. So Brandon, tell everybody
another
where
one
they can
tonight.
Find you. Yeah, I got another one tonight. Tell everybody where they can find you and how to get a hold of you.
Oh, you can find me. I got my personal page. Just look up Brandon Cooper. I'm on YouTube, Shaman Sundays. I'm on all the socials. Also, check out veteranvoiceradio.com. That's a veteran nonprofit project that I've been working on with somebody. So veteranvoiceradio.com. We play nothing but veterans and their dependents that are unsigned by the music industry. Our first artist that we ever had on the radio just did that single with Dolly Parton. So, I mean, I'm not going to say we made that happen because we didn't. The man did it himself, but
Right.
That's kind of what we're trying to get. We're trying because the men and women that served there, we were busy while everybody else was gigging and paying their dues. We were overseas or doing whatever. So now we try to give these guys a little boost up. We do have a surprise coming to New York City. Oh, and you can check that out on our website.
And what's the website?
Veteranvoiceradio.com.
Okay, good deal. Everybody check that out. Because Brandon does a great talk and helping veterans and everything. I mean, I've known him for years coming up. We've known each other for several years.
You got me started in podcasting.
Yeah.
Got him started podcasting, and he has taken it real good. Getting everything and doing now the radio podcasting and stuff. And also check out Supernatural Inc.
We got some new equipment coming out. We've got some stuff that's in the laboratory. So stay tuned. Oh, yeah.
I was going to ask you if KD had anything coming out.
Oh, of course. The mad scientist always has new inventions coming out. So stay tuned because we will be revealing them shortly. Oh, and static nodes are back in stock. People like our little static nodes, so they're back in stock.
Okay, good deal. Go to Supernatural Inc. on Facebook, and you can find them and order you some.
Yep.
So, Brandon, we want to thank you for joining us and everything. You can come back anytime you want to, brother. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. But we want to thank everybody over in the chat room that has joined us tonight. We've had a lot of our regular people and some new people come in. And we just want to thank them. And here in an hour.
The new time.
Yeah, check out. Remember, now Paranormal Nation Radio is now 6 p.m. Central Time. And we usually run an hour, hour and a half. Depends. Because right after this show at 8 p.m. tonight, we've got Life Unfiltered coming on. And everybody join the Bill of Rights Network because Saturday at 9 p.m., we have a brand new podcast with 2 new podcasters coming on and everything. You can hear the new show called No Nonsense Tonight. So it'll probably tell you just about what it's about.
Yep.
And everything. Yeah. So everybody, thank you. And we will see you next week here on Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. Have a good evening.
Good night.
Good night.